What's good, everybody? It's Mr. Composition, the MC that writes fixture, back at it with another reaction. We got another Leaky Archives. We just got Kendrick Lamar's album Rollout planned. Now, if you're new to the channel, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, notification bells on so you don't miss when I drop a new video on the road to 5K. Let's go ahead and check this out. I've been digging Leaky's Archives
While
and
we
y'all
have
been
had
liking the
tons of
reactions
insider
to it,
info
so
these past couple weeks, it
let's get
seems
it.
that Kendrick's plans have continued to change for the highly anticipated upcoming album rollout.
Mm.
I love leaking!
So
Shout out
just
to
a few
Leaky.
weeks ago, on July 4th, we got a tidbit of info dropped by Playa, who revealed that Kendrick was a confirmed feature on Mustard's upcoming album titled Faith of a
Which
Mustard Seed, which is
I wonder if they're going to talk about this because apparently his might be track 5 and it may be the broccoli track that we heard from Not Like Us. So that's apparently, I wonder if he's going to talk about that. That's something that I had seen that was going around.
dropping this Friday on July 26th. Now, this was pretty exciting news, as it would likely have been Kendrick's next official music release following the Drake diss tracks, and we already know he makes absolute gold with Mustard based
Yeah.
on Not Like
He
Us.
would have to be
Unfortunately,
on that
it seems
album.
that this plan has gone out the window, as 2 days ago, we got the official track listing and features for Faith of a Mustard Seed with no
Okay, never
Kendrick
mind. I
feature
guess
to
it
be
was in
found. I
Parking
will
Lot.
say that although we aren't getting
Okay.
any Kendrick on Faith
Okay,
of a
well, that was
Mustard
confirmed
Seed,
then.
songs like track 10
Okay, hold on. So let's look at this. So it says songs like track 10. What else? 7 to 7, maybe.
with features from Future, Ty Dolla, and Charlie Wilson have me still very hyped to hear what Mustard is able to cook up with all these amazing guest voices. This does, however, mean that Playa caught another L with his info drops, but he actually came out with a statement later on in the day yesterday that added a whole lot more context to the lack of a Kendrick feature and why the plan had changed. Now, this is where it's super important to distinguish that Playa is not the one actually going out and gathering this information. He knows people who know people, and thus a lot of the
I mean, it may also be that the track that possibly Kendrick was supposed to be on DJ Mustard's album, it's a possibility that maybe it's going on Kendrick's album, but I don't know. That may not be the official, like it may be a surprise, and maybe also it could be that, and it may seem silly or something like that, but especially with all the other features on there. But I don't know, maybe he just didn't want that, like all the hype to just be around Kendrick. They want him to actually listen to all the music. Like I said, it may not be it due to the fact of all the other features that are on there, but out of all the features that are on there, a Kendrick feature right now would overshadow everything. You know what I mean? Hopefully not. But you know how some people are when it comes to music, especially listening to full-fledged albums, so
info and rumors trickled down through him, but he's not the original source, if that makes sense. Following the reveal that Kendrick would not be on Faith of a Mustard Seed, Playa went and got a statement directly from one of his guys who said that originally Kendrick was present on the album. Of course, Kendrick and Mustard have plenty of new songs, as evidenced by how quickly Not Like Us was put out, but clearly Kendrick changed his mind last minute and decided not to be on the album. The tough pill to swallow here, and with all insider info, is that plans actually do change. And in the roughly 2 weeks between Playa's initial guarantee and now, it's obvious that something has changed within the Kendrick camp. Things like this go on all the time behind the scenes, and fans are just generally not aware of it unless we have people like Playa that have access to very new updates as things are developing. And while it does suck Kendrick pulled himself off of Faith of a Mustard Seed, it
but
seems he did so with a very specific reason in mind.
yeah, and that's what I'm thinking as well, because it's I don't think it would. Of course, it wasn't anything that was to backstab or anything like that. Like I said, it may, and this may not be what Leaky says, but it just seems like it. Like I said, it may be a possibility with Kendrick being on there that all of it may be around that. And maybe him and DJ Mustard was just like, maybe it would be the best thing to do. So that way the project can hopefully stand on its own, with everything else that's going on. So that may be it. But if this is a part of the rollout plan, that may also make sense. It could be both. It could be both.
Playa's source then went on to give huge context to Kendrick's current song and album developments, essentially laying out his plans for dropping
The
the new
Avengers.
project. According to the guy,
He
it
had the
seems like
face.
Kendrick is going to wait and complete his album and then release a new song once it's all ready. He
Yeah.
added that it doesn't look like Kendrick's next release will be a feature. This is pretty crazy because it could very well.
Before we get into that, this video is sponsored by me. Hey, if you want to dive into new music, I have a catalog. Catalog. Yeah. These are not singles, these are albums. But more recently this year, I did release an album called Tame Chaos. So you can listen, stream, download, purchase all of that in the link in the description. And just check it out because I want to see if people are actually seeing this and going to the site. So anyways, guys.
Mean we are super close to another Kendrick diss track or at the very least a banger single. The fact that he's taking caution to have his next public music release be on his own terms and his
Yeah.
own project or song means that he's cooking up something devious, which will probably take more shots at Drake. We previously
Something
heard from
devious.
Playa's sources that PG Lang wanted Kendrick's album out before the end of July as he refused to feature on anybody's album until his own project was out, and the decision to dip from Mustard's project completely aligns with that. Playa
Yeah.
also mentioned the label wanted Kendrick to feature on YG's new album releasing August 16th and the new Roddy Ricch album, which doesn't have a drop date yet, which means the next couple weeks could get very spicy if Kendrick decides to crank up the pace and initiate his rollout.
Yeah.
In other news, yesterday DJ Academics said possibly one of the most ridiculous things that I've ever heard come out of his mouth when he proclaimed that Big Sean should be part of a rap Big Four discussion.
I was listening to some Big Sean recently, bro. Like,
I'll stop here if you want to look at the rest of the video. I'll just say this as far as the Big Sean thing. Big Sean is nice. He is nice, but as far as a big four and this generation, as far as those type of artists, and it's not to say he doesn't have merit. I mean, he's had a really good run and he has bars, but to be to say that he is the fourth in regards to a J. Cole, Kendrick, Drake, as far as that thing, I like I said, he has merit as far as with different things. I don't think so. Let me know what y'all think. But as far as the whole Kendrick and everything like that, this is interesting. It does make me think what's going on. We got to remember, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers was the last album on TDE. If that's the case, then this next project that Kendrick releases should be full-fledged under his own label. And I think he might be kind of looking at the way that Ty and Ye did the Vultures as far as released independently and different things like that. So I mean that's interesting, him possibly not doing features until his album drops. um, I don't know. I can see both. I can see it that way, and I can also see how that also wouldn't make sense because it's just all like, wouldn't you? I mean, I'm just thinking as me as a rapper, I I would want as many opportunities to push what I'm about to do as possible, and a part of that would be featuring on some other people's stuff because you get their fan base, as far as all like, oh, maybe they wasn't rocking with you before, but they heard you on this, and then boom, now you're on their radar. So that way it's all like boom, then you have your project coming out because it's like but you could also do it the other way. You could do it in the sense of you release the project and then do features so that way the back stuff goes to the fact that you recently dropped out. So like I said, it could work both ways. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. It's Mr. Composition, the MC that writes fiction, back at it with another reaction. Make sure to like, subscribe, notification bells on so you don't miss when I drop a new video on the road to 5K. Make sure to check out the description for my music, books, comics, and more. All right, y'all. Peace.